The next time you head to the airport, you might not have to wait in those long security lines. Nobody likes that.
No, it's such a process. But beginning next month, the TSA plans to expand its pre-check program to more than 300 airports all across the country. Right now, only frequent flyers on certain airlines can participate in this program.
The program allows travelers to pass through security lines without having to take off the shoes or belts or removing your laptop from your bag. It really saves a lot of time, and it sounds too good to be true. We know. But here to explain and unpack the nuts and bolts of this is Mark Murphy. He's the author of Travel Unscripted. We love to have him here for these stories. He joins us live from New York. Mark, good to have you.
Thanks.
Explain how this program works.
Well, basically, you pay an $85 fee starting in November. That gives you a background check as well as a fingerprinting, because they want to know who you are and validate you. And if you get validated, then you get to go through the line very quickly. Up until now, if you weren't a frequent flyer with one of those major airlines, you couldn't qualify. So this opens it up to the general flying public, and that is a great thing because we want to speed through security because it is getting to be a major headache with these long lines.
But as you mentioned, it's going to cost you if you want to go faster. $85. Can anybody sign up for this?
And anybody's eligible starting in November. Right now, it's only in about 92 airports. It's going to be in 350 airports by the middle of next year, so they say. We'll see how that rollout actually goes. And then, but if you're part of, let's say, the global entry program, which I was, that $100 I paid for that for 5 years also goes towards the TSA, so the pre-check program. So you can get into it any number of ways, and I think that's the best way to do it because that covers you coming in from an immigration standpoint from overseas and gives you a fast track as well as the pre-check as you go out. So it's a pretty good way to approach it.
So there is this way you can use it for international travel with the global pass. What's the screening? I mean, what are they looking for to determine if you are eligible for this?
Well, in the beginning, it was, I'm a frequent traveler. I'm on a plane every week. So why make me go through the same thing that somebody you don't know is going through? And that was really the idea about it. I'm less of a threat, potentially, than the random person who just shows up at the airport because I have a track record. And as long as I got fingerprinted and had a background check, they could even do it further. And that's where they bring that together with the general leisure traveler. And if they're willing to pay that $85, they know that that person is less of a threat. Therefore, they don't have to look at them as closely. And that way you can go through the expedited screening process because they've already pre-screened you in advance.
Could cutting corners for certain people, though, create additional flight risks?
I don't think so because, again, you got to look at the individual. You know, we talk about profiling, not profiling. At the end of the day, a guy like me who travels every week, like I fly as much in some cases as pilots. What's my threat out there versus the person who you've never seen who shows up with a one-way ticket somewhere and that raises a flag? So you're still going to have that ability, and also you're going to get fingerprinted, background checked. So they're going to know a lot about you, and you're going to give up some privacy as a result. But in exchange for giving up that privacy, guess what? You go to the front of the line, and you can take about 3 minutes to get through security instead of, in some cases, 45 minutes or an hour.
Or an hour and a half in Atlanta, sometimes.
Oh, I feel bad for you guys, man. Yeah. I feel bad.
Busiest airport in the world. Mark Murphy, author of Travel Unscripted. It's always good to have these conversations about getting through the lines quickly and how we can, save some money when we're traveling with our families, especially this time of the year. Mark, thank you.
Thanks, Victor. Thanks, Anna.
Bye-bye.